of the finest young talents in the combat sports world.
Oh, that kick, just precision.
Oh, smack bang! Left side, roundhouse kick.
Tawan Chai.
You just look at this Muay Thai beast. He's the #1 ranked in the world. He wants a rematch with the champion, Nongo.
Oh, but Samopet just caught him. The big kickoff. It's good night, Irene.
I give it all that I got.
This is the woman who brought the age of China to one championship. The first ever Chinese one championship world champion. A scary, power-laden champion. The big question is, who can possibly stop her? Oh, she taps her. Ayaka Miura's done it again.
That is sheer awesome.
Here's the combination. Here's the aggression. Oh, is she gonna do it?
That was beautiful.
And an absolute destroyer.
I give it all that I got.
The new year is upon us. Welcome to scenic Singapore as we kick off one championships calendar season of 2022. From inside the Singapore Indoor Stadium, welcome to one championship heavy hitters. Hello everybody, I'm Michael Chavello. Happy New Year to you. I'm joined as always by my verbal sparring partner, the Dragon, Mitch Chilson. Dragon, happy New Year to you, brother. Great to be here. We're by the circle where all the action is going to take place, and what action we have to kick off the new year. Take a look what we've got in store for you tonight, our main event. Women's Strawweight World Championship Gold. Zhong Jinnan defends against Ayaka Miura. Semipet versus Tawan China Muay Thai blockbuster. And then, is the hype for real on Sengit Izagakmaev, the protege of Khabib, as he takes on James Nakashima. And what could be a show stealer, Supergirl versus Vandarieva in a women's strawweight Muay Thai showdown. We are broadcast to over 150 countries worldwide. Make sure you check your local TV listings in just under an hour's time on the air everywhere for that main card. Mitch, so much to look forward to as we kick off 2022. Let's direct our attention to the one everyone's talking about, the main event. Because words have been said, predictions have been made. Ayaka Miura, the challenger, has said she will break Zhong Jinnan's arm if Zhong Jinnan does not tap to her patented Ayaka lock, which is her version of the scarf hold headlock.
Yeah, but she's got to get there first, and Zhong Jinnan is extremely hard to hold down, and that scarf hold is a very dominant position, but Zhong Jinnan is so explosive. We saw that against Michelle Nicolini. This is going to be a good one. I'm really looking forward to the main event.
Zhong Jinnan said to Ayaka Miura, you need to get knocked out. And Ayaka Miura turned around and said, Zhong Jinnan, you've become boring. You don't knock people out anymore. So the war of words between Miura and Zhong Jinnan is real. Also, of course, Samopet versus Tawan Chai. You couldn't hope for a bigger Muay Thai blockbuster tonight.
Man, these two southpaw knockout artists are going to throw down, and the winner gets a shot at Nung. Oh, I can't wait. This is going to be a Muay Thai match you do not want to miss.
Folks, time to kick off our lead card here at One Heavy Hitters. And we are going to do it with this one. It's the USA versus Japan. It's wrestler Troy Worthen against the stealthy one, Shuya Kamikubo.
This match was supposed to take place in early 2021, but when the chance arose to face John Lineker in a short notice main event, Troy Worthen stepped up after Shuya Kamikubo turned Lineker down. Worthen says this proves he's got the guts that Kamikubo doesn't, but it will take more than courage for the American to beat the Japanese grappler. Expect this one to be a war.
The USA's pretty boy Troy Worthen, the wrestler. The first fighter to appear on the World Championship calendar in 2022. hear the crowd applauding him. We've got the biggest crowd we've had since the pandemic began inside the Singapore Indoor Stadium tonight. And it's great. And no doubt it is spurring Troy Worthen forward. The man who was so brave last time, Dragon, when he took on Hands of Stone John Lineker on just hours' notice and gave a decent scrap to Lineker as well.
It also boosted his stock a lot, Michael, to take on John Lineker on that kind of notice. He put up a pretty good show, but Troy Worthen, he did not let that doubt of that loss really start to creep in. This guy has all the confidence in the world, and he is bringing that into this matchup, and he really needs to showcase it. He's 7-2 with 4 stoppages. He's got big wins over Chen Ray and Mark Abelardo here in 1. For him to be successful here tonight, he is gonna have to keep it on the feet. He's got the wrestling pedigree to keep this thing standing. He showcased good boxing against Mark Abelardo, and he needs to use it. He needs to make Shuyukami Kubo miss and then make him pay. He's got to stay on his bicycle. He does not want to stand right in front of Shuyukami Kubo because Shuyukami Kubo has great takedowns. I'd expect Troy Worthen to really keep on the move. I want to see him utilize that boxing style that he's been working with. He's been working on over at Sanford MMA. He's been training with the likes of Martin Nguyen. He's been working with Ung Lan Song and really focusing on that Dutch-style kickboxing. He's rounded out his entire game. This is going to be a really interesting matchup, Michael, but the question is will he get shut down the same way we've seen everybody get shut down against Shuyukami Kubo?
It's hard to shut down an All-American wrestler. That's what the pretty boy is. Troy Worthen inside the circle. Kamakubo, the man they call Stealth. And does he look ready? How's around the hotel all week? There's been a strut about him, a confidence about him, a swagger about Kamakubo. And why not? This guy's got guts and heart that goes on for days. A suffocating grappler, Dragon.
Yeah, Michael, he's on a 6-year win streak. He's got 5 wins inside 1 championship. He's a 3rd-degree black belt in judo, but he thinks of himself more as a jiu-jitsu practitioner. He really likes the BJJ, and you can see it in his style. The way that he was able to shut down Bruno Pucci, who is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu world champion, was really impressive. He's also come off a win against Chamale. We've seen this guy really dominate his opponents. He shoots about 3 takedowns per round. He's #1 in takedowns inside 1 championship and also strike domination. Shuyukami Kubo is an absolute beast on the ground. Look at that 8-fight win streak. And you were talking about his confidence. If you ride in 6 years and 8 fights, you're gonna be at an all-time confidence level. He's got the longest active 1 bantamweight win streak. And you can just see it when he approaches this matchup. He wants to take Troy Worthen down, but he's expecting a tough road to get there. So he's attempting to really put different takedowns together. He wants to threaten Troy Worthen everywhere. He knows that Troy Worthen comes from a wrestling background, but he's like, I'm gonna run through this guy like a hot knife through butter. It's gonna be really interesting to see whose game plan comes to fruition.
Kamakubo crawls his way into the circle. The Stealth is ready to throw down. Can he keep the streak alive? It's the USA versus Japan to kick off heavy hitters. Kamakubo is the taller, and Kamakubo is the shorter, but has the reach by 4 centimeters over Worthen. Global rule set for this one, the bout will be judged, and it's 15-minute entirety, not as 3 individual rounds. Here's Don Lau.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Singapore Indoor Stadium, this is 1 Championship Heavy Hitters! And now, we begin with the first match of the evening. 3 rounds of 5 minutes in a 1 bantamweight mixed martial arts contest. Introducing first, out of the blue corner. He stands at 170 centimeters tall, weighing in at 65.8 kilograms, holding a mixed martial arts record of 7 wins and 2 losses. Training out of Sanford MMA, representing the United States of America, please welcome Troy Pretty Boy Worthen.
Let's go, Troy!
And introducing his opponent out of the red corner. He stands at 165 centimeters tall and weighing in at 64.9 kilograms, holding a mixed martial arts record of 12 wins and only 1 loss. Training out of Tri-H Studio and Itadaki Jiu-Jitsu, representing Japan. Introducing Shuya Stealth Kamikubo. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Mr. Justin Brown.
Athlete center. Gentlemen, you both know the rules. Let's keep this match clean. Obey my commands at all times. Defend yourselves at all times. Do not strike the back of the head. Let's watch the low blows. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Back up, please.
Troy Worthen is ready to go. Kamikubo is ready to go. And this crowd is ready to go. The circle door closes.
Good.
And 2022
Judge.
One Championship
Timekeeper ready?
is
Timekeeper
finally
ready? Round 1.
happening.
Let's go.
Worthen bounds out of his corner, so too Kamikubo parries out an early kick from the American. Look out for the left kicks and the left cross of Troy Worthen. Surprisingly good for a wrestler.
Kamikubo is trying to close that distance, get it nice and tight, immediately attacks that single leg. Let's see what Worthen's got on the takedown defense.
Worthen staying vertical here. Kamikubo will try and sit him down, locked onto that right leg of the American.
See how Kamikubo is still trying to strike from that single leg position. He might try to turn the corner, run the pipe here, or he might transition to a single leg. You can see him trying to go up across the waist. We've got a really good vantage point. Nice little defense from Troy Worthen there as he tries to throw Kamikubo off of him, but Kamikubo is so tight with that grappling.
Mitch, is this the first 50 seconds that Worthen would have anticipated?
Yeah, this is exactly what he told me that he expects Kamikubo to do, close that distance. But he was expecting to be able to stop these takedowns. He's got to create a little bit of space. He's got to start pushing down on that head and get his foot free. See how Kamikubo has got his foot locked underneath him? Kamikubo is going to use that to pull him away from the cage wall, so Troy Worthen's not able to work his way back up.
Kamikubo 12-1-1, 5 finishes, 8-0 coming in tonight. Magnificent streak for the Japanese, who wants to plant his flag in this heated bantamweight division and send a message to the likes of Bibiano Fernandez, the champion, John Lineker, the #1 challenger.
Worthen's going to try to work around, maybe try to take his back right here. He's got a nice little turtle position here. Kamikubo's trying to attack that right leg, trying to suck it in, but Worthen's doing a good job of maintaining that base and working back up.
Patience here from Worthen, gets the right arm out, cracks it to the side of the jaw of Kamikubo.
Kamikubo is going to have to adjust this position, try to suck that leg back in. This is a really tight battle right here. I can see Alexei Toivonen in the corner of Troy Worthen trying to bark orders at him.
Kamikubo trying to shift his position here, Dragon. What's he looking to do, the stealth?
You can see he's trying to suck those legs in, maybe triangle the legs, work his way back up, but Troy Worthen is trying to keep it. Yep, that's exactly what he did. See how he's triangled the legs right there? Now Troy Worthen's got to slide those legs out between the legs of Kamikubo and work his way back up to his feet. Now you can see him start pushing on the head, create a little bit of space. Good job by Troy Worthen, but Kamikubo jumps on his back, and he's got one hook in.
Kamikubo going for a ride on Troy Worthen's back, down on the canvas now. The crowd appreciating this skill level early on. It's always a very highly educated martial arts crowd here in Singapore.
That was good. That was good defense from Troy Worthen to defend his back and put Kamikubo on the bottom. Kamikubo is not used to being on the bottom. Let's see how things work
the
out
pretty
here.
boy has stealth back. What can Troy Worthen do from here, Dragon?
He's got one hook in, and you can see how Kamikubo is trying to relieve pressure from that hook. He's got that foot locked in, and he's trying to pry it out. See how he's trying to open up the hook right there? That hook is going to enable Troy to get a little bit better control of the back right there. He doesn't need both hooks in, but he needs at least one in. See, now he's lost that hook. Great defense by Kamikubo.
Hear the thud of that elbow to the side of the face of Kamikubo. This would be a major win, the biggest of his career for Worthen, if he can smash the streak of Kamikubo.
Oh, this is both these guys' biggest win. This is their toughest matchup for both these guys. If Kamikubo is able to beat Worthen, that's going to be a huge feather in his cap, in the same way for Troy Worthen.
1 minute 12 remaining. First round set for 3 judges, an overall contest, not as 3 individual rounds, of course. Hammer fist strike, then scooping punches to the chin there from Worthen. Kamikubo pressing him up against the wire, Mitch.
Michael, that's really hard to do. See how he's controlling that foot like that, and he's still striking, right? So he's sucking the foot out, pulling the hips away from the back, and he jumps on. Look at that. Kamikubo was able to control position and still strike at the same time. That is extremely difficult to do. It's high-level control. Now he's got the back of Troy Worthen. Let's see if Troy Worthen can defend here. He's got 35 seconds to defend this position. Kamikubo's got the body triangle, and he's got that leg laced underneath the left leg of Troy Worthen. I think Kamikubo's gonna run out of time before he can attack the neck here. I could be wrong, He's got a good squeeze.
Troy Worthen defends against the human backpack that is Kamikubo here in the first round. Only 10 seconds remaining. Worthen's going to hold on, it looks like. Boom, to the canvas with a thud.
Oh, trying to maximize the thud right there as he drops down to his back. It's usually a dangerous position to throw your opponent down like that. But Troy Worthen took that chance just to add a little bit more emphasis.
From inside the Singapore Indoor Stadium, welcome once again, folks, to One Championship Heavy Hitters, our first show of 2022.
Now, when you get top position, if you shake him up, when you get top position, don't go with the hook in the back, in the middle. Just ride like a wrestling position. Get the body lock from behind, control the waist, and use the punches from underneath. Use standing, pressure him. Don't let him walk you down. Pressure him, and attack with the uppercuts. Attack with the uppercuts, and use the front kick.
Troy Worthen getting the instructions from the corner. Second round, Dragon. Your assessment of Kamikubo's performance in the first?
He'll get it. Dominant, man. I like the way Kamikubo's controlling the legs, trying to keep the hips away from the wall so he can't work his way back up. You know, I like the advice that Troy Worthen was giving Worthen to not attack the hook and try to keep that turtle position, drop a little bit more ground and pound.
Fake off the back leg, then he throws at Worthen to open up the round after Kamikubo charged out at him again. Now watch that left side of Worthen, it's always improving. Nice jab. Wild left hand there from Troy. Overhand right from Kamikubo, trying to cut off the American's movement.
Kamikubo's got to be, careful closing this distance like this. He's got to be a little bit more active. There he goes. Shoots in for that single leg again. That seems to be his bread and butter. He told me that's where he wants to go, is he wants to attack the single legs, not really going for the double leg, because he believes that Troy Worthen's got really good defense off of that double leg. So he wanted to attack that single leg. But Troy Worthen did a beautiful job of stopping that single and taking the back here.
Behind Kamikubo. 1 minute down almost in the second round, set for 3. A highly entertaining contest thus far. The grind we thought it would be. Knees to the sciatic nerve there from Troy Worthen. What's Worthen looking to do here, Mitch?
He's just kind of soften him up. You can see Kamikubo is attacking the Kimura, so Worthen's got to be careful of that. He might try to Kimura trap, he might try to go for a roll here from Shuya Kamikubo, but looks like Worthen went for a high crotch, picks Kamikubo up, might try to jump on the back here. This is exactly the grappling battle that I expected to occur between these two.
Keep it straight and get it back out.
Lots of instructions coming from the corner of Worthen. Not so vocal in the corner of Kamikubo.
See, Kamikubo's trying to peel off that hook. Right down, that's good. He laces the leg underneath. So the foot is near closer to that right leg, so Kamikubo is not going to be able to peel that leg off. Good control from Worthen so far.
Yes. Use these moments to
Kamikubo known for his relentless takedowns. He attempts an average of 3 or more takedowns every round so far in his one championship career.
Man, his control of that leg is really leading to some good positional exchanges. He's able to peel off that hook and use it to take the back of Worthen. He's trying to get the body lock. Good job from Troy Worthen to take a little page from Kamikubo's book and pry that leg off. Kamikubo jumps to the other side.
Knee there from Kamikubo. Can he get on the back again and do the old backpack technique on Troy Worthen as he did in the first round? Both men have jousted for each other's backs in this fight so far. Kamikubo drops down.
Switch hit from Troy Worthen, but Kamikubo's just really tight. See how he's got both legs laced? He might try that same thing with the body, or the leg triangle here, just to get Troy Worthen's hips away from the wall so he can't keep working his way back up.
Punches to the side of the thigh there from Kamikubo, who surprisingly has one of the bantamweight division's highest strike rates, and that's because of his punches on the ground.
Yeah, that's what we saw in that first 5 minutes, Michael. It's his ability to control the body and still strike at the same time. His strike domination is really high level because he's able to really control you, put you into bad positions, and drop a lot of ground and pound. But Troy's doing a good job of making sure that every step is negated from Kamikubo. Kamikubo tries to advance his position, but Troy Worthen knows exactly what he's doing down there and has a combat move to at least adjust that position.
Kamikubo, who never seems to tire, you go back through his one career so far, and he's been so dominant. He's won nearly every minute of every round he has fought in one championship. It's quite amazing. What is he trying to do here, Kamikubo Dragon?
He keeps trying to really peel off the leg. That's kind of his main focus. Worthen's trying to advance his position to take the back or to get into a dominant position. But Kamikubo is doing a really good job of just peeling those legs off and then using those legs to kind of move Troy Worthen around. Really tough match to score right here.
Knee there from Kamikubo, switches knees off both legs to the Japanese fighter. 30 seconds remaining, second of 3. Body shot from Worthen. Switches chin to the other side of the head here, Kamikubo. Worthen breaks off. Chance for the left side here from Troy. Threads a hook off the lead hand. Double leg now from Kamikubo.
That pressure, Michael. See that he gave him no space to work. He immediately threw the right hand to close that distance, attacked the single, now he's into the double. He's got his hands locked, but Worthen's doing a good job of separating, but once you get those hands locked, it's really hard to stop that takedown. That's a big score right there to end these 10 minutes, right? He was able to get the hands locked and score that takedown at the bottom. He got control of the hips, and he was able to score right there. That's huge.
打撃も何も全く負けてないよ。互角以上にやってるんだからね。最後までやりきるだけだよ。大丈夫？
You have to go to the finish.
打撃が強い打撃入れていいからね。はい。
You can do all you can.
歩かないようにね。足ちゃんと使って動かして。頭ちょっと
Use your leg.
入り口気をつけて。ただ頭低いとこから始まったスクランブルを全部勝って。
Lower your head.
全く問題ない。
You have no problem.
入れることを考えろ。
Very interesting advice coming from Shuya Kamikubo's corner, telling him that he has to make sure he controls that head position. He also wants to use his legs as well, and I think that comes from, you know, grapevining the legs and controlling Troy Worthen's leg position as well with his own legs.
Front kick early on here from Worthen. Jab from Worthen. Can he pick up the intensity now, the American? Again, double leg from Kamikubo, pressing him against the wire.
No space, Michael. Immediately throws the punch, gets in nice and tight. Troy Worthen has to keep his back off of the wall. He's got to try to circle around when Kamikubo starts to pressure in like that. He's got to utilize that footwork that we spoke about on the walk. He has to get on his bicycle and start moving because Kamikubo can do this all night. It puts Troy Worthen in a very defensive position. And these last 4 minutes here, it's anybody's game. I think Kamikubo might be a little bit ahead, just in the pure aggressive. nature to his attacks, but he's got to create something. He's got to do something here, does Worthen.
Mitch, how hard is it to fight an opponent who is constantly on you like this and not allowing you even, a millisecond of breathing space?
Man, it's like being caught in a fishing net. The more you struggle, the more you get tangled up. You just slowly start to drown, and that's what's happening here. Troy Worthen's got to get active. He's got to get that space. He might be able to pop out the back door here, work his way back up to his feet, but Kami Kubo's got good control. Might transition to an armbar here. Looks like he's going for an armbar. Worthen's got to be careful. Can't extend his body. He's got to keep Kami Kubo compressed and try to work that arm out, just like that.
Kami Kubo looking for 9 wins in a row in his career, 6 in a row in one championship. And now Worthen has Kami Kubo's back. Can he fashion a submission from here, Troy Worthen?
Let's see if Kami Kubo goes back to that same strategy to fight those legs. You can see how he's kind of utilizing his legs to kind of step over the legs of Troy Worthen, but Worthen adjusts well and goes to that body triangle. This is a huge scoring position right now for Worthen.
Both men have shared the same position in this fight, Dragon.
Yeah, it's just been constantly back and forth from these scrambles to back takes to these back mount positions to these standing positions. But right now, Worthen has the body triangle and he's got that leg lace underneath.
How much does that drain you, the body triangle, when you're trying to breathe? Is it hard when you have the body triangle wrapped around you?
It's hard, especially when you hit these later minutes. Right, when you get deep into the match, you're already tired, especially when you're working at this pace. This is a very high-paced grappling match. He did a good job of going to the right side. Now he's escaping out the back. Beautiful job right there by Kami Kubo to escape that. He's technically very sound, Michael, but Worthen jumps on, keeps him pressed against that wall. Worthen realizes the urgency as the crowd starting to cheer Worthen on.
Kami Kubo so slick. So hard to see what he's going to do next. I guess that's why they call him stealth. Single leg here from Worthen. 2 minutes remaining in the final round. Rear elbows here from Worthen. Sneaks around the back again. Will he climb aboard Kami Kubo? Will he backpack him? No, Kami Kubo turns in, throws a knee to the upper left rib cage.
Yeah, they both have to let it go right now. We got 2 minutes to put in work. Look at Kami Kubo pushing forward again. Throws the right hand to that single leg. Gets in tight. Worthen needs to go for it right now. He did a good job controlling the back. Has that guillotine. Doesn't really quite have the leg position. Going to be hard to finish this, especially as Kami Kubo is working up top. There, he pops his head out.
Under 90 seconds remaining. Top position for Kami Kubo. Chance again to work that busy ground and pound that, as I said in the previous round, has given him amongst the highest strike rates in the entire bantamweight division from striking on the ground.
Yeah, look at this. He's really good at controlling that top position. This is where he excels, what we saw against Pucci. This is where Worthen needs to have that urgency. He's got 60 seconds. He had a good first chunk of this final round, but right now, Kami Kubo jumps on the back again. Beautiful job by Kami Kubo as he's chasing the choke. Good defense by Troy Worthen. He knows exactly what to do in this position, but here's those strikes that we were talking about, Michael. Look at him dropping the elbows, working the punches. Good job by Kami Kubo to keep the back position. Worthen's got to sense that urgency. If he could turn into guard and drop a lot of ground and pound, but here comes the choke.
Is this it? Under 30 seconds to go! It's it! It's over! Good night, Irene! Kami Kubo! And this crowd in Singapore are eating up the first finish of 2022.
24 seconds to go. Kami Kubo reaches in and snatches a rear naked choke, Michael. What a finish to a war-torn 3 rounds.
That's going to be devastating for Troy Dragon. How many seconds to go? 24, did you say?
I think so. I peeked down at the clock right as he was sneaking that in there, thinking Worthen, he didn't even quite have the right position, the angle. Let's take a look at it again. Look at this, punching his way into the rear naked choke. Has that angle. Look at him torque. Look at the way Worthen is bending like that. He's just angled right into that choke, and what a squeeze that Kami Kubo has. What a match. What a grappling war.
Fantastic performance from Kami Kubo. The streak continues. Let's go to Tom Lau to make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Justin Brown, has called a stop to this contest after 4 minutes and 36 seconds in the third and final round. For your winner, by way of rear naked choke, Shuya Kamikubo!
That's 9 in a row for Shuya Kamikubo. He sends a very strong message to the likes of Bellignon and Lineker and Fernandez, the entire bantamweight division. Folks, plenty more action coming your way tonight, including the one debut of Khabib's protege, Sengit Isagakmayev.
I grew up with Sengit. He beginning training with my father when he was very young, and I know him very, very well. Yes, we have similar fighting style, but he is a little bit taller than me, and he have good Thai box, good technique. His elbow, his knee, he's very good on this. We all waiting for his debut. I talk with him a lot. I think this is good for him. I have so much knowledge, and I can share with him. I know he's hungry. I know Sengit don't like to lose. He ready for anyone. Let's finish Nakashima.
We're about to find out later tonight if the hype is real on Sengit Isagakmayev. I do want to say Khabib is in Singapore. He did travel here with Sengit, but unfortunately, Khabib has contracted COVID. He will not be in Sengit's corner tonight. He is in the hotel, however, here in Singapore, watching live Khabib, and we do wish the Eagle all the very best. Mitch, I can't wait to see his protege, but James Nakashima says Sengit has fought a bunch of nobodies in Russia. He's going to derail the hype train.
James Nakashima has the toolbox to give Sengit a real problem. I'm expecting this one to be a grappling war, just like we just saw.
Folks, plenty more action coming your way tonight on One Heavy Hitters. Our first card of 2022 is an absolute cracker. And check out what we've got coming up next. Teo versus Mung Bo.
Tiffany Teo has long stood as the #1 contender in the strawweight division, but after 2 world title attempts, she risks falling out of contention if she loses to Mung Bo, who is a top-ranked atomweight seeking redemption in a new weight class after a devastating loss to Ritu Phogat. Mung Bo says she's now packing even more knockout power, but Teo is confident she is tougher than all of Mung Bo's past opponents. Things are gonna get heated in this one.
Oh, yes. The familiar strains of Rocky. And this girl knows how to box. The hands of Mung Bo were super hard and dangerous at atomweight. Dragon! We're about to see how those hands translate a weight class higher.
I know you're excited about this one. I know you like it when anybody comes out to a theme from Rocky, but we are gonna fly right now, Michael.
Dragon, her hands were so hard at atomweight. Now she's up to strawweight. How much harder are those hands gonna be?
Yeah, she says she's been doing a lot of strength and conditioning. She really wants to bring that power that we saw in that atomweight division here up to the strawweight division. She's got the opponent to do it. Tiffany Teo is gonna stand in the pocket and bang with her. Mung Bo has legit one-punch KO power, as we've seen in the past. She's got 4 out of her 6 wins have been by KO. She's a legit one-touch knockout threat. She's fun to watch. She was a little bit upset at her loss to Ritu Phogat, hence the haircut, and now she is ready to go, Michael.
New haircut, the Rocky music, and those hands are loaded in the strawweight division. Singapore's own. And they're giving it up for her. No chill, Tiffany Teo, the #1 ranked strawweight in the world, former world title challenger. No chill makes her way to the circle, bringing in a 9-2 record with 6 finishes for a 67% finishing rate.
And 8 of those fights have been here in one championship. She is born and bred. We are one. The thing about Tiffany Teo is she's extremely cerebral, Michael. She always enters the circle with an incredible game plan, and she's able to really put together some really impressive performances with her skill set.
Dragon, she's so unassuming. I hope she won't take offense to this, but the first time I met Tiff, I thought she was an accountant. I didn't think she was a fighter. And then you see her in the circle, and the sweet-natured, glasses-wearing, quiet-spoken woman disappears, and you get this absolute martial arts monster inside the circle that can strike you, knock you out, choke you out, tap you out from anywhere.
She's typically known as a boxer, right? We've seen her with a long-range striking style, good movement, she's fast. But I think in this match, we're going to see her lean on her grappling. I think she saw a path to victory with Ritu Phogat, and she wants to follow that same sort of trajectory. She wants to keep a high pace in this matchup and also be very patient, because she knows that Mong Bo can make you miss, and then she'll make you pay. And we know Mong Bo's got a huge reputation, but nothing phases Tiffany. That's why they call her no chill. She doesn't care who she's fighting. Nothing phases her at all. It is Singapore versus China. Tiffany Teo, the #1 in the world in women's strawweight, has a whopping 9-centimeter reach advantage over the boxer Mong Bo. Our global rule set for this one, the bout will be judged in its entirety. To meet both our fighters, let's go to Tom Lau.
And now, this next match is 3 rounds of 5 minutes in a 1 women's strawweight mixed martial arts contest. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, she stands at 164 centimeters tall, weighing in at 56.7 kilograms, holding a mixed martial arts record of 17 wins and 6 losses. Training out of Tiger Wong Gym, representing China. Stepping into action is Mong Bo. And introducing her opponent out of the red corner, she is the #1 strawweight contender, standing at 165 centimeters tall and weighing in at 56.3 kilograms, holding a mixed martial arts record of 9 wins and 2 losses. Training out of Matrix MMA, representing Singapore. Get ready for Tiffany No Chill Teo. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Mr. Olivier Cost.
All right, watch out for the headbutt, back of the head and spine. You both know the rules. Fight fair, fight clean, touch glove if you want, and back your corner.
Mong Bo says she can knock Tiffany Teo out. It'll be the volume and work rate of Tiff against the raw boxing power of Mong Bo. China versus Singapore from inside the Singapore Indoor Stadium.
Ready? Ready? Choke!
Olivier Cost gets us underway. Both in orthodox stance. Shoulders high, gloves high on Tiff. Looks to grapple early on. Does not want Mong Bo at boxing range. And there's the jab, 2 from Mong.
That right hand is starting to land, Michael, especially when Tiffany is inside close with that clinch. She's got to be very careful when she separates and creates that space. Mong Bo's got that piston of a right hand.
Once again, Mong Bo's debut in strawweight division. Coming up from atom weight. Good counter, right hand down the tube off the leg kick, and a gut-munching knee from Mong Bo.
Yeah, but you saw that right hand that touched her on that chin, though, and snapped her chin around. That's 2 she's been able to land. Teo's got to get her head moving, keep her guard nice and tight, especially when she closes that distance. Wouldn't mind seeing her shoot a takedown here soon. Test that takedown defense of Mong Bo.
Tiffany's got that big 7, or was it 9-centimeter reach advantage over Mong Bo. Needs to try and keep her at bay. Not allow Mongbo to get the metronome going with those hands. Jab 2, hook, cross again, 4-punch combo from Mongbo.
Yeah, Mongbo has a slight speed advantage too. Her hands are coming with some intensity. She needs to get that jab going, especially in moments like that. See how she was swaying away? She needs to pop that jab out there, just like that. Keep that jab coming.
You mentioned the jab. How about the leg kicks, Dragon?
I like those early on, but I like how Mongbo was going low with those leg kicks. Start attacking that lead leg and that calf at Tiffany Teo.
Mongbo's chin is high. I don't think she's worried too much about the hand power of Tiffany Teo.
Yeah, she's waiting to counter with that right hand. You can see how she's just bobbing and weaving, getting ready to drop that right hand on her.
Crowd appreciating Tiffany Teo, the Singaporean. She throws an outside leg kick. Outside leg kick there from Mongbo. Had a little more snap behind it.
Yeah, you can just see the thud, the difference between the two. Tiffany's not really turning her hip over when she throws that leg kick, while Mongbo is putting the full force of that leg into those thunderous leg shots.
Folks, we're less than 20 minutes away from the start of our main card. Heavy hitters with a world title main event for the strawweight strap.
Enters into that clinch. Good defense coming from Mongbo.
Lancing right there from Tiff.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more mustard behind it, Dragon.
I like to see her, she's rushing forward into that clinch. She's got to be careful. Wouldn't mind seeing her take on those legs. Try to get low with that takedown. She's getting close like that, and she's leaving her chin out there. Mongbo's going to time that.
Is there any chance, if this goes into deep water, that Mongbo may tire, given she's carrying the extra weight at strawweight?
I mean, there's always a possibility, you know? But I think Mongbo really did the work in her camp, especially right after she lost to Ritu. I think she was right back in there, and I think that she's just carrying the strength advantage, not necessarily like extra body fat per se when it comes to the new weight division. There's that leg kick again, taking out the defense.
Very good opening 5 minutes. I should say almost 5 minutes. 1 minute 43 remaining from Mongbo. High on the balls of her feet, throws the right cross down the center corridor. Tiffany fakes a jab, then uses that reach advantage. Good work off the lead hand from Tiff. Jab 2, kangaroo from Mongbo, didn't connect though.
Yeah, this is what Tiffany said she wanted to do. She wanted to keep a high pace, and she wanted to stay in the face of Mongbo. Nice little entry into the body lock.
You know, Dragon, you were right when you said she's got the speed advantage in the hands over Tiff, as well as the power advantage.
Yeah, but I'd like to see Tiffany not necessarily approach that clinch like that. I want to see her drop down and attack the legs, because when she's approaching that clinch, she's closing the distance. But that was a nice little left hand Teo landed there as she approached that clinch.
Clean left hand, gave her a taste of the leather, did Tiffany Teo. 56 seconds remain. There's a left hook from Mongbo. There's the right hand to the jaw. And Tiff does a quick count of her teeth.
Teo, oh, there's a left hand touching Teo again. There he goes. Now she's attacking the legs, and she's able to score the takedown.
Crowd loving the advantageous position now for Tiffany Teo. Can she capitalize? Half guard. Knees now from Tiffany. Can she take the back of Mongbo perhaps? Reaches her down to the floor again.
Yeah, this is where I expected Teo to have an advantage, Michael. She's been working hard on her grappling with former one superstar major overall, and this is where she excels. She jumps on the back. She might run out of time here, but this is a good scoring position for Tiffany Teo right now. Might be able to flatten her out and just send a message.
Tremendously entertaining opening round between Tiffany Teo and Mongbo. Folks, very soon.
This is what I expected,
Michael. Our main card
Michael.
is on its way.
These first 5 minutes, Mongbo is the most dangerous. She has that knockout power, and Teo took those shots on her chin and kept moving forward. Stuck to her game plan, kept applying that pressure, and then finally found that right there, this beautiful double leg takedown, and then you could see the advantage that she has on the ground. She was able to take the back. I'd like to see her maybe try the takedown a little bit sooner this round. Really start to put a lot of pressure on Mongbo.
You're not going to get her down like this.
Don't stand there and test those shots.
You've got to time the shot.
Yeah. What a fantastic opening round it was, folks. We are now 16 minutes away from our main card.
Ready?
Choke! Tiffany Teo got the takedown late in the first stanza. Can she get it again early here? Mongo was managing the jab too brilliantly in the opening 5 minutes. She tries to counter off the leg kick. Tiffany's got to use the reach on the feet. 9 centimeter reach advantage for the Singaporean. Fake there from Mong. Outside leg kick from Tiff.
She is scoring with those leg kicks, Michael. She's landed a few of them here in the opening 6 minute here. Mong Bo needs to get a little bit more active. I think that takedown is still in her mind, keeping her a little bit hesitant on the feet, you know, and not enabling her to fully commit, especially to that right hand. She's got to get back into her groove.
Mong Bo not only wants the win tonight, she wants to make a statement to the entire strawweight division, particularly to our champion, Jongjin Nan, who of course defends that title in our main event tonight against Japan's Ayaka Miura, the sorceress of the scarf hold. Nice 2-punch combination there from Mong Bo. Fake off the front leg there from Mong Bo. Tiffany working angles, looking for a way in perhaps, as Mitch said, to try and get under the punches, lock her in and take her down.
Especially the way she's changing levels. See the feints? She's trying to draw something out, especially that big right hand for that. Look at that. Good job by Teo, but great defense coming from Mong Bo. When she's up against that wall, she's got good defense with her hips, but she's giving Teo a second chance with this body lock.
Every time Tiffany Teo gives them a sniff of something, this crowd responds. As I said earlier, the biggest crowd we've had since the pandemic began inside the Singapore Indoor Stadium tonight.
Good control by Teo to use that body lock, yanking her down there, wrenching her to the canvas. She might try to slide that right leg in and create a hook just to get a little bit better control of the back and then possibly start looking for a choke. Right now she's got, what is it, 2 underhooks, I think? Doesn't quite have that seatbelt position. Now she transitions into the seatbelt position, so now she's got control of the body. See her just methodically start to slow this down a little bit, using that ground pound.
Trying to soften her up and see if she can work an opening here for a submission attempt. Tiffany Teo. Hammer fist strike to the side of the head.
Look how she's opened up the face, Michael. See how she's got that hand underneath the arm like that? She's controlling it so Mong Bo can't defend. That is a high fight IQ coming from Tiffany Teo as she steps over into side control.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Look at that, she's got the handcuff, Michael.
This crowd going nuts for Tiffany Teo every time she drives the knee into the face of Mong Bo.
Good control, look at that. She has control of that left hand, so Mong Bo can't defend with it. And so Tiffany Teo is able to land a lot of ground and pound. Look at that.
Oh! Patella meets nose, and Patella wins every time. Again, Tiff just threads the knee to the head. Perfectly legal under our global rule set. Knees to the head of a downed opponent.
Domination from Tiffany Teo on the ground, especially with that body lock. She has such good control over Mong Bo. Mong Bo needs to work her way back up to the feet, because here comes the rear naked choke.
Can she get it? This place will go bananas. Yes, yes, yes. It's a Singaporean win, and it's a huge one.
Tiffany Teo found her spot, had the control, delivered a lot of ground and pound, was able to find some openings with those grounded knees, and then once she got the back, slowly snuck in that rear naked choke and wrapped up the neck to capture a huge win.
Did she just send Mong Bo back down to the atomweight division? That's massive, Dragon. She proves why she's the #1 strawweight in the world.
Yeah,
that's why.
Very good display, just a high fight IQ, very strategic. She knew exactly what she wanted to do in there. Look at this, the control that she has. Look at that, Mong Bo can't even defend with her left arm. Tiffany Teo had great control, great positioning, and was able to just ground and pound her way into that rear naked choke finish. Look at this, didn't even get the other hook in. Mong Bo was just forced to tap. Look at that sneaky little rear naked choke. One hook in, snuck the other hook in. Eventually, no, the other hook never even came in. She got the tap.
All right, let's go to Tom Lau to make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Olivier Coste, has called a stop to this contest after 3 minutes and 45 seconds in the second round. For your winner, by way of rear naked choke, Tiffany Teo!
Amazing performance from Tiffany Teo. She was getting lit up by the hands of Mongbo early on in the first round. But once she got it to ground, it became Tiffany land. Let's go to the Dragon Mitchelson in a moment to chat with the woman they call No Chill, the world's #1, Tiffany Teo. Let's go now to the Dragon with Tiff.
Yo, what's up, Mitch?
Tiffany Teo, you know what? On Tuesday, we sat down for a little interview, and you actually called your shot and said you would get it done via rear naked choke. How are you feeling about your performance?
Yeah, feeling really great. It feels great to be back in this circle. Yeah, it's been a crazy year and a half away from from one championship. I'm really glad to be back here.
But that's how you make a comeback, coming on and putting a performance like that. Now, in the main event, you faced both women, Ayaka Miura and Zhongji Nan. How do you think that fight's going to go down?
I feel like Xiong will probably get the win. I've went against both girls, and she's really tough. She has good scrambles on the ground, and I really don't see how Ayaka is going to get the submission. Yeah.
Do you think that sets you up for a third match with Zhongji Nan? Is that what you want?
Yeah, I'm open to that, but I'm also open to, fighting at other weight classes. So here's a shout out to all atom weight, straw weight, flyweight. I'm coming for all of you, I want to stay more active this year, and I want to fight as many times as I can, all right? So let's go, ladies.
Ooh, Tiffany Teo, no chill at atomweight. I like to see that. Singapore, that's your winner, Tiffany Teo. Let's go.
They love it. We love it. Tiffany Teo. What a performance in that second round against Mongbo. As Mitch said, she called her shot earlier this week. She said she would choke out Mongbo, and indeed, that's what Tiffany Teo did. Side control position here. Dominant from the moment it went to ground. Knees to the head of a grounded opponent, perfectly legal. And Mongbo, no place to go. Trapped in the web of Tiffany Teo. And then the end came. And Tiffany Teo calling out every weight division. Maybe she goes down to atomweight. There it is, the tap from Mongbo. And that was brilliant from Tiffany Teo. What a way to kick off 2022 from Tiffany Teo. Folks, lots of action coming your way over the calendar year as we bring back live events. And to tell us more about it, we're joined by the CEO and Chairman of One Championship, Chatri Sichitong. Chatri, Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to all of our fans worldwide, because this is going to be the year we bring back live shows.
Absolutely, man. I'm so excited. It's a brand new year, and we have some big things. Actually, this is going to be the biggest year in the history of the company. Thank you, fans all over the world.
Let's take a look at what we've got coming your way, folks. We've got some of our calendar laid out already. How about this one, Chatri? January 28th, Melican versus Grashenko. Only the brave for the one interim heavyweight world championship. That is going to be a cracker.
Absolutely, man. You have two undefeated heavyweights, big and strong. They're also amazing world-class wrestlers from Russia. This is going to be an all-out war, but they also have heavy hands. I mean, Anatoly Malikin has, I don't know, I think 80% KO ratio or something like that. He comes to bang.
You know, Bad Blood, February 11, is an apt name for that show because the bad blood is genuine between Bibiano and Lineker. These two Brazilians don't like each other.
Absolutely. You know, it's kind of funny. It goes back to the old school Brazilian style. They even challenge each other to fight in the streets of Brazil. These guys have a genuine distaste for each other. So this is genuine bad blood. And Lineker says he's going to knock out Bibi. Bibi says he's going to finish Lineker. And this one's for all the marbles.
Folks, there is so much action coming away this year. As I said, going to be a blockbuster calendar. February 25, full circle. Renier Derrida, Cameron Abasov. Abasov trying to become a two-division champion like Renier.
You know, two grapplers, world-class grapplers. Obviously, one is a wrestler, one is a jiu-jitsu stylist. This is going to be very intriguing. Does it go to the feet, or does it go to the ground, or does it stay on the feet? That's a big question mark.
I think this match is really interesting. You know, Reiner de Ritter is the 2-division champion. Abasov is going up to middleweight. Man, this is going to be interesting. I think the difference could be in that grappling game that we saw from RDR, man. He's so dominant, Chatri.
You know, Renier has the scariest body type, just like Roger Gracie. That's the thing. When you have high-level jiu-jitsu and your body type is long and lanky, you have tremendous leverage and tremendous finishing ability.
Also, Chatri, March 11, lights out, and someone's lights are going to get turned out when Tunley defends the Featherweight World Championship against Gary Tonin.
Gary Tonin is arguably the greatest pound-for-pound submission artist in the world today. Explosive, dynamic. He goes for heel hooks. He goes for chokes. He's unbelievable. Tanley is a mystery and a puzzle to solve. Amazing, weird Taekwondo dynamics, yet phenomenal on the ground. I don't see this fight going the distance. Somebody's going to get heel hooked or somebody's going to get KO'd.
I don't know how you're doing. What other tricks have you got up your sleeve, Chatri? What is up this sleeve? How are you pulling these matches out of thin air and making them is amazing. There is so much coming up. And of course, the biggest one of all time, on March 26th, tell us about 1X.
1X, our 10th year anniversary show. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be part 1 and part 2, all day fiesta. Part 1, broadcast live to 150 countries around the world. Part 2, our biggest Asian pay-per-view in history. Our debut for Asia pay-per-view. It's gonna be epic. Who do we have? Angela Lee's comeback story. Angela Lee, folks. She went and became a mother. Congratulations to her. She has a baby and now she's inspired and raring to go. Then you have, man, Stamp. She's gonna try to become the first person in history to win 3 world titles in 3 different sports. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, and now MMA if she can pull it off. But she has in Angela, a very difficult opponent.
Okay, Chatri, I want to talk about DJ Rodsung because here in the commentary position we're split. I'm saying Rodsung beats DJ in the first round. Mitch believes DJ is going to take to the second and beat Rodsung. What are your thoughts? And everyone in the world talking about this.
You know, I think it's a 50-50 fight, genuinely just because of the rule set. You know, the first round's Muay Thai, 3 minutes. The second round, 3 minutes of MMA. And then the third round, 3 minutes of Muay Thai. And the fourth round, 3 minutes of MMA. Now, here's the thing. 3 minutes, that's a very, very short time to finish somebody on the grappling exchanges. 3 minutes is Rotang's usual sweet spot for taking people out. Can DJ survive the first round? He says he's gonna stand there and bang with Rotang. I believe him. If he does, it's a very dangerous strategy. On the flip side, Rotang has been training mixed martial arts, takedown defense. He just needs to keep it standing. It's gonna be a 50-50 fight, but I predict a finish.
Folks, of course, we kick off the calendar year tonight with 1 championship heavy hitters, and what a card we have for you, including that main event. Jong-Jin Nan, so dominant, the strawweight empress takes on Ayaka Miura, the sorceress of the scarf hold. That is going to be an absolute corker. And you know what? Miura has vowed that if Jong-Jin Nan doesn't tap, she'll break her arm, Chatri.
You know, that's a big thing because Jingnan doesn't tap. I mean, I've only seen her tap once, which was Angela Lee in the 5th round, that incredible rear naked choke, but Jingnan doesn't tap. I think Jingnan's the kind of fighter who will let her arm break. So if she gets in that position, it's going to be very interesting.
But Chatri, have you rolled with Jingnan?
No, I have not rolled with her.
She's very hypermobile in the shoulders. She's got very flexible shoulders. I think she's going to be able to survive it if she gets there. And she's also extremely explosive. It's so hard to hold Jingnan down. But Ayaka Miura comes with a completely different skill set. This is going to be so much fun.
Yeah, you know, Ayaka Miura is a one-trick pony. That is a fact. She gets you in the scarf hold, and she tries to break your arm.
But it's a good trick.
It's a good trick. I mean, she finishes everybody with it, right? But Jingnan is a different beast.
Speaking of beasts, is the hype real on Sagid Izagakmaev? He takes on James Nakashima. What do you think?
Man, this is a big one. I mean, James says he's leveled up his grappling tremendously. Sagid, obviously, from the Dagestani Eagles Fight Club. Those guys are just monsters, as we know. I talked to Khabib personally. He says this guy is the best for his weight class in all the Eagles FC team. So that's a big, big question, right? Is Sagid going to live up to the hype?
Folks, it is coming your way in just a few minutes' time. It is 1 championship heavy hitters. We'll be joined later on tonight again by Chatri Sitchatong for more news of what lies ahead this year. Don't forget, we are on the air everywhere, broadcast to over 150 countries tonight. Check your local TV guide in all these countries and more for 1 championship heavy hitters. So much action coming your way tonight, so much action coming your way for the rest of the year. Also, I've got to point out, Supergirl versus Barbie is going to be awesome tonight. Maybe the show stealer.
That's a KO right there. Yeah, that's a KO right there. Both ladies come to bang. Both ladies have knockout power.
All right, folks, we're a few seconds away. Strap yourselves in, get the popcorn ready, because one heavy hitter goes down now.